Hi, Tiffany and Margarita. I'm going to look at yours together. Okay. So you both had an idea of a lot of white space, which I think is smart. It's how your ad will pop off the page on a very busy social media sites. Those are always full of clutter. Okay, so I don't know much about Samsungs. I've always had an Apple, but what I do know is about production quality. So this is not professional or even like a upper level student quality cutout. You got to spend more time and zoom in and carefully edit that out. If you put this in your portfolio, you will not get called back. I do like the concept. I like the idea of, telling somebody they could be a professional photographer. I also like your layout. I think you've got a nice hierarchy here. You want the viewer to know they're looking at the Galaxy Note 9. You want them to know there's no difference in clarity between reality and the phone. I'm wondering if that's the shape of the phone, though. Is that what it looks like? If not, you can probably find a vector version of that phone on the internet. There's tons of free stuff like that out there. Don't know why, but there are. But over here, this is really kind of like the arrow. This area, because people read left to right, and there's all the space around here. This area is like the target. So is that what you want people to do? Or maybe do you want to put the Samsung site right there and get people to click on it? You could put this information like right under Nexus Now, but think about the call to action. Also, I think you got a spelling error here in the Samsung, so you want to pay close attention to detail. So you have good ideas, but you really need to focus on the detail work. That is the job of the graphic designer. So I like this one too, except that photograph on its own is kind of blurry. And the thing that the camera is looking at is not something that you necessarily would want to capture. Perhaps move this camera over on top of whatever galactic happening that is. Samsung. And then this is a good way to get me to pay attention to that website because that is surrounded by white space. It's black, but it is like a big target. And then this one, it's good that you're following the theme, but maybe put more of the map behind it. Even if you change the texture to make it really look like an old-time paper map, you can put it behind it, and it'll continue with your theory. And, be consistent, get the website on there. You don't have to put the www and all that jazz on there. You just put Samsung.com if that helps you save room. Okay, so I want to move on to this one. This one also has a lot of contrast, and I like that the blue makes the apple pop. Consider making that apple bigger. I think that would really help. And it also doesn't seem like it's at the right angle. I think you're going to have to skew it a little bit to line up with the angle of the laptop. But I think you've got the right idea. Nice white space, something that would catch my eye. You've got a nice call to action down here. You want people to visit the Apple stores. So, I mean, just technically work on that Apple. Consider too, I mean, this is your target area right here. Maybe you want to have a website on there too. So basically, those are my only comments. I do encourage you to look at Craig's off topic. Here, let me get let me show all my downloads here. I got a zillion. Notice his super vibrant color palettes. That might be something that you want to pump up the volume on because it's got to pop off a very busy website. So these are a little bit muted, but imagine if you had like a thin line of a real hot color. That might get my attention more. Not necessarily his, but look at your color palette. See how you can cause the eye to reverberate a little bit. See what you can do to really grab my attention. What if this blue was hot pink? That might look a little trashy for Apple, but start thinking along the lines of how to get the viewer's attention. All right, let me know if you have any questions.